Very good morning, folks. Welcome to FYI. For your information, welcome. We're happy you folks are here. Guys, it's Tuesday, believe it or not, the 22nd day of November. How do you like when a price big? Tuesday, folks, the 22nd day of November, and we are happy to be here with you, Beatrice, Selby, and all the other guys who are joining us. Share the live, smash the emoji button, folks. You know what you got to do? Help us get credible, valid information to as many persons as possible. Do that for us. Valid, credible information. Help us, folks. You come in the live stream, share, smash. Those folks who are going to be coming back to watch us later. You who know you can't watch us in the 8 o'clock hour, but you come back to watch us later. Do the same when you come. Share the live, smash the emoji button. You folks out there, it's so good to see you guys this morning. So good to be spending this time with you. See Beatrice and Alec Cummins, Avril Goodman, I see Out Front Parks. Gwyneth Anderson is here too, and Sheila Hazel. You know, we love that our YouTube audience keeps growing and growing. Claire Charmley joins us from the other side of the social media sphere. She's joining us from Facebook. Penelope Hudson is here as well. Orwin Dahl is here, guys. Welcome. Bernadette Duncan is here too. Great to see each and every one of you. So much to share to you guys. I see Kwame is part of the Men on a Mission. Kwame after men now. Wow. Men on a mission for other men. So Kwame on the stage speaking to men issues. Oh my Lord. What in the front? I saw Nigel Darmlal as well on a stage talking about, men and men issues. What in the front? What on the front? You know, guys, we're coming up to that period where we look internationally at violence against women and girls, so they can go back into the photo up mode. But I want to discuss O.C. Rogers and the real Kwame McCoy issue, Tabitha Sarabo Haley, National Assembly, the real Nigel Damrell issue with Natasha Singh Lewis in National Assembly. No. It's photo ops. That's what the folks good at. Apparently, the theory and the practice, the theory and the practice, guys, vastly different. Rhonda Spencer Tham, good to have you. Laverne, Harrichron, Kelman Prasad, Bernadette Duncan. I see Marlene is here as well, and Beatrice Selby's. Kyle Tech, good morning to you, Kyle Tech, and I see Rhonda and Erwin Don. Sonia Massey-Cobb is here as well. Good morning, Sonia. Good to have you here. And all the other folks, again, like Kylo Tech, and I see Marlene and Rhonda, Erwin, Sonia, Juliet, also Juliet Mickle. Good morning to you folks. Trust you guys have had a fantastic night. And you know what? Hope the day gets even better. I bought some Terraflu yesterday, and the pharmacist asked me to try this, what do you call it? It's something flu. It's not the traditional Terraflu. Cetraflu, something like that. And the night version, she says it can make you sleep well. I forgot to take it last night. slept well on my own. I hope you guys slept well too. Bernadette and Nigel Polydor and Juliet Orwin. I hope you guys slept well and you fired up for this new day. You're going to be productive. You're going to be energetic, guys. You're going to make friends too. Cheyenne Ali Cock. Hope the morning starting well on a high note. Let us know what the weather is doing, where you good folks are, and let us know perhaps too what's on the menu for breakfast. What's on your menu besides the news and information that you guys stop by here for, and little bacchanal in between. Hope you got breakfast, guys. Hope you got breakfast. If you got, let me know. Make us send you a small piece. Send you something for breakfast. Gladstone Matthews is here, and Joy Kosher, guys. Good to see each and every one of you. Vanessa Andrews is here too. Oh, we're so privileged. We're so privileged to have Vanessa here. Juliet and Jacqueline, I see Vanda Perry is here as well. Good folks all around. Good folks. I see Horace Calder is here too. I see Rohan Basantram is here. Good to see you, Rohan. Good to see you, and Roxy McKenna. We got some lovely folks, good-natured people who dropped by to say hello in the morning, share a cup of coffee with us. And we're so thankful, guys. We're so thankful. Half the work is done. Right there. Half the work is finished. We got a Couple things in the morning papers we got to get through. Some things brewing internationally, regionally, locally. And then we got a big issue. This is biometrics and voting story. That Anna Landela does not want to confront biometrics and voting. The folks running from this, real fast, real speed, fleeing biometrics for him, sir. Acknowledging we got dead people on the list. Lots of dead people on the list. Biometrics can help safeguard, some wicked, devious person going and trying to vote in the place of your dearly departed. Biometrics can help us. But them guys fighting biometrics. They're fighting biometrics. We can talk a little bit about that as well. But for now, we satisfied that Wendy Farley's here. We got Marlene and Glenford Gordon. This men on the mission thing. We got to confront rather the real issues, and some of the very men on the mission need some real help. Real help. So I call me on the stage. I found it so jarring. Right? It was an affront to my sensibilities. It was so jarring. Call me on the front. Father have his mercies. Annette Collins, good to have you. And Marlene, as we said earlier, and Glenford Garden is here. We got Donna Daly is here, you guys. We fired up. Don't know about you guys, but we're ready to take on the challenges, not only to survive, we want to live, surmount the challenges, guys. We're happy you guys are here with us. Dolly Anderson Linton, good to have you, Dolly. Owen says she's having a cup of coffee and some toast. So happy for you. I just got the cup. I got the cup with no flavor tea bag this morning, just some original, plain old tea bag this morning. Plain old tea bag, but good to have each and every one of you, all the fancy stuff you're having. All the fancy stuff you're having, guys. We're so grateful you come on, share the light for us, smash that emoji button, we can go down to it. Guys, if you haven't had the chance to look at last evening's program, we encourage that you do so. It's still out there. Or like television, once it's gone, it's gone. Well, some television, because I know some of you got your DVR, your recording things and so on. We're happy to have you folks here. We got a couple of things in the morning papers we wish to bring to your attention. Not plenty. Not plenty, just a couple. Just a couple, folks. Do we have a shot of anywhere this morning? How we start in the morning? We got a shot of anywhere? Oh, we have a beautiful shot of Sheriff Street, the roundabout at Sheriff Street. Guys, we'd love to show you other places, but we're limited to the cameras of pixel scanning. Guys, you're going to put up the thing for us so we give them the attribution. We want thief people imagery, This is the roundabout at Mandela Avenue there that intersects the line or the railway embankment. Once upon a time, trains used to run here. Trains, Trains used to run here, folks, on the railway embankment. A long time ago. Now we just got an easy flow of traffic in the morning. Folks, sometimes you're on the roundabout and people bracing you over, Bracing you over. But there's a clear shot of the roundabout there on Sheriff Street, folks. And the railway embankment as the city is waking up to another day, the 22nd day of November. Folks, 1 month from now, we're approaching Christmas. You see? You're approaching Christmas. I don't know about you, but the 9 things you're throwing out the list. Any things we throwing out the list? Told my wife, I just want a Christmas tree to feel Christmas. Say, don't want anything else. We might gotta forego the blinds. Some woman fetching a huge carpet yesterday in Central Georgia, my South Market. I said, lady, you lucky. You lucky. You gotta show me where you get this thing from. Make your pocket deep pockets. Matthew Dennison. A couple things on the morning papers, guys. Thanks very much. A couple things on the morning papers we think you ought to know about. Right? We saw some women, 96 women, graduating with financial and management skills, to equip new businesses. We're happy about that. see women being empowered, not being battered. Not being battered like Kelly Charlotte in Linden and ill-treated and so on. But women being empowered and in lots of instances empowering themselves was so refreshing. 96 women, they tell us. All right. 96 women entrepreneurs are equipped with new business, financial management skills. And this is a complement of a collaboration effort between ExxonMobil Foundation, they tell us, ExxonMobil Foundation in collaboration with the Cherry Blair Foundation for Women, and the courses were delivered by Action Invest Caribbean Inc. Action Invest Caribbean Inc. and it was themed Road to Growth and Road to Finance. Right? Those are two of the flagship programs of this Cherry Blair Foundation. We're so happy that women are being empowered. We got to empower women and not harm, denigrate, degrade, As peers, we confront the issues. That's why you see us sometimes hard on Priya Manichan and who are the other folks? Onish Waldron. Onish Waldron, you got Sonia Parag, you got who are the others there in the cabinet? Sonia Parag, you got Rodriguez, Susan Rodriguez. These are women. They're public figures, they're all front. We respect them. We respect them as women. Right? We contend with them in the political arena, but we respect them. I never want to harm anybody physically, much more a woman. Right? But some of these guys, they don't have the kind of restraint. That's the trouble we got in our society, and we got to, attack it headlong. But the challenge is, some of the people who are the very policy makers, they are culpable as well. They are culpable as well. Folks, what you see is what you get. See? What you see here is what you get. Right? Make a little skeletons in the closet. Right? So make up a shut my mouth on beating women and ill-treating women and so on. Make a little skeletons in the closet. But some folks got a struggle. They got a demon that they're fighting. They got a big demon that they're fighting. You see? And it's a demon we got to take on as a society. Violence against women and girls. So the folks on the other side, they could talk a good talk when it comes to walking the walk. You see? When it comes to walking the walk, it's a different story. They're certainly yet in the head, It's a different story, the folks on the other side. So you see, we get into this period now, internationally. It's coming up. 16 days of activism against violence against women and girls. Oh, you can see the pomp of the ceremony. You can see the photo ops. But when it comes to reining in people, like Ozzy Rogers, Right. When it comes to reining in people, like Nigel Darrell. You remember the fella? Minister Dildo stood up in National Assembly and uttered some of the most despicable words Member of Parliament has ever uttered, ever in the history of parliaments. Man still there. And I was suspended for confronting him on that. I was suspended for 4 sittings in National Assembly. I was confronting him on his debased actions, and I am suspended. See that? This is Guyana. But I'm glad they do it all over again. Right? So we're so happy we see these women being empowered, and this is what we should be seeking to do every day of our lives: empower our women. Help them to become. Empower them, cultivate them. Love it. And all the organizations that are involved in that, kudos to them. kudos to them on that front. Some other stuff we're tracking in the morning papers. You know, yours really morning papers. You're coming here for everything. You're coming here for everything. Taxi driver Dequan King gets 2.5 years. Remember they robbed this gold place? Was it in Camerville here? They robbed the jewelry place in Camerville. 58 million gold heist. 58 million gold heist. And for his part in this, Dequan King, he was a taxi driver. Got he got 2.5 years in jail. It says here in the notation that King of Sophia, Georgetown was sentenced by Sherlock Isaacs Marcus, magistrate. He pleaded guilty to the crime last month, admitting that on August 5th, while being armed with handguns and in the company of others, he robbed Wilson Enterprise, 38 million local currency and 20 million in raw gold. And this was the property of Francis Santos Looms. Right? For his part, 2.5 years. We always say, guys, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. You can't do the time, don't do the crime. 2.5 years with his part in that 58 million gold heist. 2.5 years, you know. Dequan King. That's that. We've been talking about COVID-19 and the fact that it's still here with us, and lots of us ain't taking precautions. And I want to implore each and every one of you that this thing is still very real, guys. It's still very real, COVID-19. And yesterday you had 4 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 2 deaths. I think they tell us both of them are from Region 6. So Region 6 needs to step up a bit. You know, all of us can do more. All of us. We have just thrown down the guards. We don't get any proper guidance now from Ministry of Health. And I see folks say, like, Frank just happy this thing subsided a little bit, so he don't have to give any updates or so on. And I'm still don't have questions, but he's still here. And last week, he himself said so. They're seeing a surge, folks, in China, in Beijing. They're seeing a surge, but they're locked down. They're locked down. They don't care how many millions dislocated. They're locked down because they want to curb the spread of COVID-19. But that's here, free for all. Go and come as you like. Let them all the guards. Nobody advising you anymore in sanitizing and social distancing and so on. But we are. So as far as possible, good folks, practice all of those COVID-19 protocols that are in place for your health, your safety, and that of your friends, family, and loved ones. Continue to do that. Continues to do that, folks. And while you're doing that, you know, Pauline Sukai is telling us the Amendment Act, right? A committee to revise the Amendment Act is to be established before year end. By the time we get to year end, they're 3 years in. And we look at this matter yet. And we know that there are deficiencies in it. We know that deficiencies in it because international organizations that looked at the problem told us that there are deficiencies in the act and it needs to be updated. It needs to be updated to deal with a lot of issues related to mining and the communities and all that. And we have been tracking some of the concerns in the indigenous communities that have been ignored, not only by Pauline Sukai, but by her installed regime, ignored by them. And if you're an ardent viewer of our program, or if you're a first-time listener, we've been talking to what's been happening at Little Kanubali. The people have been asking for good governance there. They said the folks they put in place is a set of thieves and scamps. Little Kanubali, Santa Cruz, Morocco Region 1, they've had issues. We've had, I think, a member of the community there in our program in the past talking about those issues. Accountability, financial accountability. Some of the issues that were voiced there. Little Canoe Valley, Santa Cruz, Moruca, Chinese landing has a big issue where the UN Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, passed down a decision concerning lands held by Amerindians and the communities there, our indigenous brothers and sisters. Right? And this is part of why they're saying now they've got to revise the act. Because of how they go about issuing lands. Could you imagine? You own the mineral in the land under you, but the government doling it out to other people who are not even from your community. It's the same thing we saw at Eseleru. This is an Akawayo community, Middle Mars, as they say, Region 7. Right? Another international body handed down a decision concerning the treatment of our indigenous brothers and sisters in this area. It was the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights. The Inter-American Commission on Human Rights. And again, the advice here was to revise the Amerindian Act. It is deficient. It is not catering for our Amerindian brothers and sisters holistically. Revise it. 3 years in, that's a year end, coming soon. You think when them boys turn their attention to staff party and so on, they get time with revision and Amerindian Act? Huh? You watch and see. We just passed midway of November. You think when staff party fever hold us so we pass everything? It's like the only country on earth. You pass everything from middle November. You staff party, you must be the staff party. They'll take your palm court. It's Amici. Is Dolce. Oh, hope they win Dolce. Let's start party. We think about the end with Amerindian Act. Then we saw some similar issues. Again, governance. Indigenous community concerned about governance. Corruption. Wiki Kalkuni, Region 10. Hururu, Region 10. All of these are indigenous communities who have voiced concern of feeling neglected, ignored by the administration. At least in 2 instances, if not 3, Chinese landing, the Eseleru community, Moroni Mountain as well, has issues that bear on the Amerindian Act, which needs to be revised. Thanks, guys. Them guys now said they're going to take a look at it. Now they go in and take a look at that. They're concerned. They're very pedestrian. What Pauline doing for the last 3 years? What Pauline doing? Well, I know what a lot of them doing. Because you see, they don't know they got another 5, It's just bare teeth in. See? Setting up big businesses and so on. Getting their piece of the pie or the blocks, the oil blocks. Because they're certain. As a matter of fact, we're more certain than them that they're not going to see a second term. So them boys making sure. See, they fell in the nest. They fell in the nest. So they have time with Amerindian Act 3 years in. We can look at it soon. And then they talk about having a robust agenda in the National Assembly. Right? We just need to talk shop. We're dealing with substantive issues like the Amerindian Act and how we can make it better holistically for brothers and sisters. We've got a couple of things we're tracking to, folks, internationally. What you guys to know about? Couple of things internationally. Right here with this one here and think this guy is PPP. You can think he's PPP. You can think he's PPP. You guys remember the embarrassing situation there at the Inter-American Development Bank, the IDB, regarding its former chief executive, Mauricio Calvo-Corone. I hope I get it right. Mauricio Calvo-Corone. He was the past head of the Inter-American Development Bank. First American to hold the post. Well, he had it for too long. Right? It is alleged that he had an affair. Thanks, guys. He had an affair with one of the staff members, which is against the policy of the organization. Oh, we don't work with them policy here. Oh, them boys is trying to slip through everything and anything. Right, but that was against the work policy there. And he had a tumble from grace. Mauricio Calvo-Corone. Folks, well, they're telling us that they have elected another gentleman to hold that post. Right? And this is Ilan Golfan from Brazil. He was elected to replace Mr. Mauricio Calvo-Corone, the former IDB president. We wish him the best. We wish Ilan Golfan the best. You know, maybe may his tenure be long, right? And may they have good policies that we can benefit from as a country. So Ilan Golfan has been elected as the new president of the Inter-American Development Bank after that very embarrassing fall from grace of Mauricio. That was very, very embarrassing. So we get in the workplace, we can't keep myself to myself, you know. Right? You don't go for X, Y, and Z. That is incidental to the employment. Some people think they go to work to find a mother, the father, you know, to make friends. That is incidental. To find a husband, to find a wife. That's incidental to the work. She'll like me. What do you have to do with anything? He'll like me. Does that prevent you from discharging the terms of your contract? She didn't tell me morning. What do you have to do with things? You know, too much of we run of feelings, you know. You know. Right? Miss Burton, take them. Right? You fulfill the job description, you could get paid check and you beat out something like that. Them want to be friend, them and this, them and that. But he went to find a spouse apparently at the Inter-American Development Bank. It didn't too nicely. You see? It didn't too nicely. Crutch can put you out some having problems. Say to you, give it to you black, as we said. But put some of your problems, you know. Everything you want chased down. You get a decent job. Humble take the man. You got the old girl home. Humble take the man. How much you gonna knock down? How much? Well, Mauricio Calvo-Corone, he learned the hard way because Ilan Golfan of Brazil now has his job as the top executive, the head honcho of the Inter-American Development Bank. Yep. And on the other side, still in the banking world, well, not in the banking world. We come around to some other banking information. But again, circling back to COVID-19, and I'm so happy with this. The World Health Organization, who, not a Chinese fella, is the World Health Organization, who convenes experts to identify new pathogens that could spark pandemics. And I'm happy because you know what? They're thinking ahead. You know, they're thinking ahead. You know, we're coming down the line. See? We're coming down the line. We want to head it off quick. We have to develop this kind of thinking. 5 years from now, when we hit again, how are we looking? 10 years from now, when we hit again, how are we looking? Right? Some of us don't even know we're cooking for lunch. 5 years from now, if I alive, I alive. 5 years, 10 years from now, we can't see so far. Barely could see the weekend. But these guys have convened experts to identify new pathogens that could spark pandemics like COVID-19, like smallpox, monkeypox. Monkeypox. All right. And I'm happy you got some bright people. That's what we gotta send out. We gotta We got oil money now. We're going to give our kids some good scholarships to go and study so they can be part of this. You see? We can be part of this. Right? The world is trading in other things. We ain't begin to scrape the surfaces yet. We still hustling with sugar. Sugar loses preferential market treatment a long time ago. It's dominance in the market because of the alternative, similar goods. Remember my international trade class? Like products, cane sugar losing its dominance in the market. We still fighting with that. People now trading in ideas on the international market. You see? Sat down the other day to watch the fall of the FTX company. What's the fella's name? Bitcoins, the Bitcoins folks. Billions of dollars lost. You know, you throw some way from the TV now, you know? Say, it's for Spanish you're talking. It's for Spanish. Everybody's talking. FTX, QRP. Right? People are trading in ideas. Now we got this little sugar we're trying to beat a dead horse called Gaisuko to produce to get up and gallop. Right? Them guys trading ideas on the international market. And we beating Gaisuko, pouring billions into it. What was its productivity this year? For all the billions in the last 2.5 years. Can't match. But I'm happy that you got forward-thinking people, progressive-thinking people, like the folks that, another Chinese fella, the World Health Organization, and they're putting systems in place to head off what's coming down the line. These are the pathogens that can cause a serious harm like COVID-19. And I'm tremendously happy about that because I know the world's going to be a better place for my kids long after I'm gone because of the work these folks are doing. There's some stuff happening regionally too. In Haiti, or is it Haiti? Black Panther, Haiti. Regionally too, folks. You know, the Canadians have just sanctioned this Haitian president, Michel Martelly, former Haitian president, and 2 vice presidents as being some financiers to gangs in Haiti. As a matter of fact, they want to believe that he was backing Barbecue, the gang leader who had a blockade on several of the gas stations, the fuel stations there, and caused some major headaches for the Haiti authorities. Some major headaches. Can you imagine that? You got leaders who are really looking out for the best interests of the company. So Canada has sanctioned Michel Martelly and 2 former vice presidents in Haiti for their part in trying to destabilize Haiti. Wow. You know, last 5 years, a lot of them jagabats destabilized things. Destabilized lots of them jagabats. But we're following that. In the 592, folks, we got some stuff brewing. We got some stuff brewing in the 592. Brewing in the 592. We spoke about the International Development Bank. We spoke about the International Development Bank, folks. The World Bank has just debarred a Spaniard, they say, for corrupt practices in Guyana Petroleum Management Project. For the part he played. A Spaniard, folks, the Bani, debarred Barbara Diaz. According to the report we have, in 2020, Barbara Diaz approached 4 consulting companies, PPP, involved in oil and gas business, and used his position on this project, they tell us, to directly offer his services and solicit future payments from each of the companies. Yep. In exchange, the report says, he offered to influence procurement processes under the project in their favor, these 4 companies. Right? They said the investigation found no evidence that payments were actually made to him, but he did approach the companies. Right? Which is why this solicitation constituted a corrupt practice under the World Bank's procurement, regulation, and anti-corruption guidelines. So he didn't get any money, at least there's no evidence of that. But he approached the companies. He said, if you do X, Y, Z for me, I'm going to do X, Y, Z for you. The World Bank says, no, we don't operate, sir. That's what the World Bank told him. We don't operate, sir. Barbara and Diaz. I hope I'm getting his name correctly. We don't operate like that. And so he has been debarred for a number of years, and he has to do a number of things if he wants to be a player back in the game. Yep. Yep. Sounds like a PPPI to me. You know, this young lady yesterday was making the rounds of photograph as being missing. As being missing. Amrita Sampal was reported yesterday as being missing. Too many of our young women are going missing. We cover them here all the time. Too many of our young women are going missing. Amrita was one of them. Her mother said she was feared to be abducted. Amrita is 21 years old. Amrita Sampal. And they're telling us that she's been found. A relative has confirmed that Amrita has been found. Darshini Sampal, a relative of Amrita, came out publicly and said she has been found. As a matter of fact, I saw one report that says after Amrita saw that she was listed as a missing person, she made contact with the police station. Right? You got people who, you know, were taken and some people left. Amrita called and said, I'm right here. I'm missing. 21 years old. She was reported missing by her mom. And a relative, Darshini Sampal, says she's been found. This made a big splash on social media yesterday. Of course, we hear what's been happening to lots of missing women. And then on the heels of what happened in Linden with that young lady, you know, people were quite concerned. But Amrita, I saw one report that says, Amrita, call the police station. You say, I'm right here. Don't worry yourself. 21 years old, you know. And I could understand at 21, Amrita thinks, you know, she knows the whole world, you know. When I was young, I had an incident. Still I was much older, I can appreciate something my mother said to me, you know, young and all the little hormones beating through your pores. The girl I was madly in love with. You know, walking home from church one day, my mother said, it's not she. You know, parents could see further ahead than you because they've been there, done that, spent the night. It's not she. You know, I can understand. When you're young, you like too many rules and regulations, and so people want to run your life. You think you know it, you know. You got some situation you face in life, you're glad for mommy house, eh? You're glad for daddy house. You see? Life land you in some lonely places, you long to hear a voice. Say, Amrita. See? Long to hear a voice. Say, stay home. They got things to make you stay home. Some of us, when we're young, we think we're road runner. They got things to make you stay home. You know, they got things. Right? Life beat you down. As the poet Maya Angelou says, and make you call it uncle. You know, they got things to make you stay home. Think you like road. You know, but our parents walk this way. Their parents walk this way and they come with all the knowledge and you say, no, I bright. You know what's for me. Made a couple of silly decisions in my life like that. You know, I break, I this, I that. Stand back and I watch it, you. You know, sometimes I tell you, sir, yes, pack yourself. Some of them going to say, it's all right. Let me go again. Let me go again and help you come back. I hope I'm really going to second kind of family. So I'm all, it's all right. You see? Right? Some we think we can finish some things, you know. That's not a story. Some we think we can finish thing, you know. We can done love. Our love is the love of our love, is the final love, the last love. We could done it. A lot of people try it out. You see? But I hope Amrita, you know, is allowed to develop into the person she was created to be. Young, beautiful lady. Right? Doshami says she's been found, her relative. Am I calling the woman's name right? Darshani says Amrita has been found. See her rest comfortable. Irfan is telling us that they're doing everything. He lost everything in the power. Careful steps are being taken to avoid overspending and the Dutch disease. Careful steps. He lost. You have to see careful steps, Irfan says, is being taken to prevent overspending and avoid the Dutch disease. Dutch disease. I see Dash Emmanuel says because the hat, the parents has married them out early. Yeah. I always had at some point, you know. I had a hat too. I had a hat. Right? I had a hat. Life tame me down. Life and some sons tame me down. And a good woman. Tame me down! Lathan says, taking some careful steps to avoid overspending. Careful steps. Right? But I don't know if they were being reckless, what would happen? I don't know if they were being reckless because everything down, which is symptomatic of the Dutch disease. Sugar production is down. Right? It's only oil carry. Rice production is down. I'm waiting to see what the end of year report looks like. This is mid-year. Published around August, September. Rice down. Fishing down. The fish run away. How things are bad in this country. The fish run away. They've left us. Manufacturing down. Gold contracted. Gold is down. Folks, you understand why people vex? When they got gold, scarce them people thief, not you gold. You see, understand why they feel like now going to spend some time behind bars? Gold is down. This is not our figures. This is figures from Ministry of Finance. Folks, we try as best as possible. Right? As best. Right? Minimal propaganda, if any. You might hear something that says propaganda. I'm not saying we do propaganda here. I'm saying you might consider it minimal, but credible, valid information. We try to be strong on that. This is Ministry of Finance numbers from their report that says the wizards on the sugar industry for the 30 billion, it's about 27. Right? But I can be a little extra. The 30 billion, the chewing sugar is down by 55.9%. You understand the feeling in the industry? Yeah? Yeah? You understand? If somebody give you 30 billion, right, in 1 year, and you don't spend 55% of it. It's a bad analogy, but the failings of the sugar industry, tremendous. Rice is the same thing. Them buys it, them is farmers. What do you know about rice? The opposition. What do the opposition know about rice? Well, rice under them, the experts, down by 22.4%. Right? Fishing contracted by 19%. Right? The sugar down, the fish down, the rice down. Manufacturing down, which is a composite of some of these too. 11.4%. Gold. And Ali said he trying not to bring on Dutch. Well, let me try. I don't know what it would look like otherwise. If in his estimation they had failed, I don't know. The only thing up is cost of living. The only thing that is up is the cost of living. Right? But I want to show you some other stuff very quickly. Very quickly. This was their projections. Let's go through a couple of them. They had projected, remember the wizards? They had projected that sugar was going to grow by 11.8%. And as I said, it's down by 55.9%. They had said, we're going to grow sugar by 11.8% because we bad for sugar. Where's the fertilizer the sugar need? Right? It's down by 55.9%, as we pointed out. They said they were going to grow rice by 25.1%. Rice and nah. Rice and no. PP say yes, rice and no. Right? Down by 22.4%. Right? You see that? And they said they're good for the economy. They said we're going to grow fish. We good for fish. Right? Where's the fish? Where's the food the fish need? 5.8% we can grow fish by, down by 19%. We can grow manufacturing, we can grow gold. Gold production by 12.2%. The highest rice production was under the last administration. In the history of rice, the highest gold production was under the last administration. In the history of gold production. The highest sugar production was under the last administration. In the history of sugar production. It's their numbers, folks. It's not my own. It's their number. Well, for manufacturing, they said they were looking for improved performance. They even had a figure. They run on figures by this point. They were just looking for improved performances. These are their numbers. They said they were just looking for improved performances. You see? And irrespective of how bad sugar has done, thanks guys. Kaisuko still got money. Sugar workers get bonus. They get bonus on the bonus. And bonus on the bonus. Right? And once the guys are working hard, if that's what they deserve, fair enough. If the artists deserve double pay, 100% pay increase, fair enough. Money there. The rising tide, folks. That's how we argue. The rising tide must float all boats. We see the rising tide only floating some boats. Only some choice boats floating. This rising tide ain't floating all boats. You see? Them boys are mind the other sectors failing because how are you going to prop me up? How are you going to prop us up? And while the double pay for the artists is commendable because they deserve it and even more, we got some high caliber, fantastic artists as Guyanese. They deserve even more. It's commendable. This 8% for workers ain't sitting right. The 8% for workers ain't sitting right. And yesterday, though we were absent from our podcast, folks, we don't Skype from here, you know. When you see we absent from the podcast, we gotta take a drink, you know. Happy birthday, Lennox Anderson. Lennox, happy birthday. We ain't gonna Skype in. We're on the ground, getting the information to share with you. Yesterday, we were talking with Lincoln Lewis. Happy birthday, Dennis. Lennox Anderson. Lennox, happy birthday. I see everybody saying happy birthday, Lennox. We're talking with Lincoln Lewis, the other L. We're talking with Lincoln, and he had some choice words for the government on this 8%. Take a listen, folks.
I'm not surprised they anything from the president. I can always read the president in the football. The president don't intend to negotiate. you don't intend to have collective bargaining, negotiate with the public service or any union that is headed by a black man, by an African man. This is here about the race and nothing else. And I want to make it brutal. I want to be brutal on it and make it very clear to people. What the president did for the last year and a half, he sought to give to various communities and so on. Those communities are communities that he considered to be his base. And when, after that, he started to talk about one Guyana and spin around, you know what he intended to do? Is to throw the crumbs to workers who look like me. Throw crumbs at them to say, I'm giving you something. Because the pressure start to rise. We start to turn the heat on. People like you, Hines and others start to turn on the heat on him, on his government. So he turned it about one Guyana. But one Guyana don't mean that he don't give workers who are in abundance don't look like him anything, or citizens who don't look like him anything. You know what this guy is doing? This guy is throwing crumbs at a group of workers just to palliate, to ease the pressure off, while he does things to improve the lot of who we consider to be his base. Gao went to Bobby's Bridge and they negotiate. Okay? They negotiate with Bobby's Bridge and they get 9 to 15% wage increase. Previous. Bobby's Bridge, workers' money in that bridge. One of the biggest shareholders is the NIS, workers' money. They have 2 sets of shares. They have ordinary shares and they have preferential shares. I'm telling you what happened. You show me one area where the state has anything to do with it, that an organization that's led by an African man or woman has been able to negotiate wage increase and improve benefit. You show me one organization outside of those who are in FITOG, who are prepared to walk along and accept everything that the government. You show me one organization. And if you show me one, I'm going to show you 10 other places where the issue of collective bargaining has not taken place and will not take place. This government is a racist government. What they did there is not about helping people. Let me show you, brother. You gotta understand this thing. When they talk about one guy and they run into the African communities, is to do a couple of things. They look around and see what is in there, and we say, well, we're gonna take this. We're gonna give you this and we're gonna take that. Like what they do at Miller's Ward in Linden. Bulldoze the people farm, right? And give them a house lot after. Right? This thing can be right. People got to rise up against these things. People got to rise up. This is not about 8%, you know. It's not about 8%. This here is about triumphalism, about domination, about putting a people on their feet. That is what these guys are up to. You know what they do? For instance, let me give you an example. You have a prime minister who get my color. But he will never come out one day when something happened in the cabinet to the defense of African people. The Minister of Labor will not do it. The Foreign Minister will not do it. Mr. Edgel will not do it. But Mr. Jack Dio and Mr. Orfanali will go publicly and say, we get Africans, this is a government of inclusion. But they can't represent anybody. When they hard upon them, they shut them out. I want to tell you, this thing is not about 8%, and we're losing focus. This issue is about a group of people, a cabal in this country who intend to take everything for themselves. Look in the oil and gas industry, what is taking place. See who getting the contract, who getting the work. Check it out. Check who getting the land. Go to Lands and Survey and you can see the list. If you get a friend there who can give you the list. Who getting the land? It's a different situation. About 8%, brother. The cost of living gone up. What 8%? Even if it's 8%, and even you're making $100,000, how much it come to body? Ask yourself. It's $8,000. Right? What I can buy. I am in a position where I can do a bit more than the ordinary worker on there. And when I go inside the supermarket and come out, at times I just ask myself, what I went for, what I buy, what I could have had 4 years ago, I can't get it now. I got to cut back on my eating. I'm in the office. If my staff, they want a lunch, I can't buy it as before. It hurts. This is about 8%. This is about driving the nail in the coffin of the African man. And the masses of the Indians is to make them survive. Well, bury the earth. You want to survive. You can't rise up to tackle me. You got to support me. But you are going to kill you. That is what happening. And we got to stop it. We got to stand up to political diktats. I never thought in my lifetime I would have seen this what happening now. I never thought so. Never thought so. That's why every day, every other day that I live, I got to praise Bornholm. Check it out. He has done something for this country. Yeah. At least. He make me, I've got him to compare what the rest of the leaders have done to us. Rise up, people. Rise up. Take your country back.
Of course, that was union leader Lincoln Lewis for the Bauxite Workers and General Workers Union, the Guyana Bauxite and General Workers Union. Lincoln Lewis there, having his say on this 8%. We sat down with Lincoln Lewis, we sat down with Norris Witter, and spoke extensively on their thoughts on where we're going with wage increases of this nation when we have such opulence and abundance, you know, of monies that seem to be given to select groups and select issues, select people. We're going to have more on this and a separate and another broadcast, folks. But we want to say congratulations this morning. Finally this morning. We want to say congratulations to a young man, Quinn Gittins, young, budding entrepreneur. He has opened a self-service laundromat on Mandela Avenue, clothesline. Love to see people in general, you know, expanding and moving on, but young people even more so. Tingle me spine. Let me see young people doing positive things, you know. And here's an entrepreneur who has opened a self-service laundry that came out of a need that he saw. And this is on Mandela Avenue, just as you come over the, I think the, what is dubbed as the Plaza Bridge. The Plaza Bridge, you're coming out of South. Over the Plaza Bridge, they're just on the other side there. Sure, you can see this huge sign, clothesline, laundry service. A young man trying to fill a need that we have. You know, so don't have to sit down over a tub and do it. You're going to come and board you. Beating clothes whole day Saturday. You know, then when you get sick now, you say the devil fighting you. No, it's your own actions. How you treating your own body. Whole day over tub of clothes, beating clothes, washing, scrubbing, hanging out, picking up things that, you know, you can and then spend all the money in Nutrifast and Ginkgo biloba, spend all the money in Marmite and so on. You can just go to the laundromat and self-service. Them guys can help you out, show how to use it. You see all the clothespins, this is Obia. Folks, the world has gone on. And Mr. Gittins, Cohen Gittins, is trying to help us coming to the 21st century. Self-service laundromat. And when y'all go, treat the people things kindly. I beg y'all. You know, somebody else to break your business. Treat the people things kindly. Self-service laundromat on Mandela Avenue. This is just in the area of the Plaza Bridge. You come across the Plaza Bridge there on the back road, you're going to see it, right? You're going to see it. I think that's the I place right on there. If you miss it, you might wonder in the I place. Okay, yourself sorted out. So once big congratulations to this young man, Cohen Gittins, who has made this step. Lots more young people doing a lot of silly things, but he has decided, you know what? I can launch out here, right? Let's try to support him. Right? Don't take whole weekend is slaving yourself with that clothes. They might help with half of it, at least. You know, half of it. Close line, folks. That's going to do it for us in this end, folks, for this morning. See you guys back on the podcast today. Unless we boots on the ground doing something. Unless, folks. But we're going to be back. Thanks for joining us. So many of you, thanks for joining us. Folks, don't only join. I see hundreds of you watch the program this morning. And those of you who come back to watch, share the life. It's important. You don't just keep information to yourself. Guys, happy birthday again to Lennox. But we share the information as well. I want a lot of people to see that you got a young man named Cohen Gittins getting into business and doing something positive, and we can support him. You know, so share the live. Amanda Daniels, Cecile Ogle, Jolly Anderson Linton. I see Frank Tyler Brown is here and Juliet Mickle. Good to have you. Winella Garnett, hope your son is well. Winella. Amanda Daniels, great to have you. Frank, a good Frank. Not the other one. Cecile Ogle, Horace Calder, great to have had you folks here. That's going to do it for us. Smash that emoji button before you go first. And partner with us as well, folks. Partner with us too. It's the anniversary month. Unfortunately, we don't run on water alone. Not even the washing machines down there at clothesline is running water by itself. You got to get a little electricity to help. Here's how you can help our program, folks. By contributing via Cash App, via Zelle, via PayPal. And you know, in the regular people of the program, so we share all of their handles. Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, Western Union as well. Each donation, folks, helps to keep our programs going. Guys, we're so privileged you've joined us this morning. Lots of other things happening on social media. You got Netflix, you got what's the other one? You got Amazon Prime, you got Disney Plus, you got Hulu, you got Baku, you got everything. But you guys spent an hour with us, and we're eternally grateful. Eternally grateful. Donald McDonald, thanks for coming by. Samantha Diali and I see Michaela Andrews, of course. Thanks for stopping by, folks, and starting the day with us. We're privileged by that. Stay safe, folks, until we see you guys at 12 o'clock. We think the guys are going to take us out with a shot of Mandela. Is Mandela still? Where are we at now? All right, the entrance to the Demerara Harbor Bridge. Yep, the entrance coming south. Right? South of the city, entrance to the Demerara Harbor Bridge. There's a live shot, folks, compliments of Pixel Guyana Inc., who got the cameras trained all over the city, all over the place now. And we're so grateful. A live shot, compliments of Pixel Guyana Inc. Of the entrance to the Harbor Bridge. Traffic seems to be flowing nicely. The weather seems to be holding quite fine too. Stay safe, folks. Stay safe.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $ in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $ in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.